Hello friends, now I will show you illegally travel to Chernobyl zone. My name is Vicky, I'm from Ukraine and we are stalkers. Stalkers, it's people who discover Chernobyl zone illegally. It's like a illegally tourist. And it's film made by my friend Ivan. This place is called village Rudnya Вересня, and usually we has stopped in this place for sleeping. We spent night in abandoned house of abandoned village Rudnya Вересня of Chernobyl zone. Usually we drink coffee, tea, eat food, and in the morning we wake up because we have very long way to Pripyat city. It's about 45 kilometers. And morning in abandoned village is the best in our life. It's me, and behind me, Stas. In this night, usually we don't sleep very well because it's emotional trip, and in first night it's very hard have to very good sleeping. We have team. It's all Ukrainian persons, and it's our house where we usually sleep in Chernobyl zone in first night. House is very old. This house has about 100 years. Before the accident, of course, in this house lived family, and sometimes in these houses we can find some photos. Usually in our trip we have forced river. This river is very cool. You can drink water from this river. It's called Vush, River Vush. And in the summer, sometimes this river is not very deep. Around us, absolutely wild area. Level of radiation in this place not so big. In Kyiv sometimes, friends, you can find more creepy level of radiation. But in Rudnya Veresnya, in River Ush in Chernobyl zone, level of radiation is normal. And that's why we can rest on the banks of this river. And it's not dangerous, absolutely not dangerous. Chernobyl zone has two parts. It's 30-kilometer zone and 10-kilometer zone. And inside of the zone is located Chernobyl plant, Pripyat. And Ivan joked that what we do in Chernobyl zone. Do we have some documents? Because if policemen catch us, it will be very, very bad. It means our trip will be finished. But we know many different ways, roads on the forest, and area of Chernobyl zone is very big, more than 2,000 square kilometers. And that's why stalkers can walk sometimes, but of course policemen sometimes can catch us, but not in this trip. Now, friends, we have about 30 kilometers to Pripyat. On the yard was summer, was very, very hot. very hot. I remember this time. It was few years ago. It's time before the war. And we rest before the next start of next spot in Chernobyl forests. It's we talk about weather, about our dreams, and look at this nature's. It's power line of Chernobyl zone, and its power line going to Chernobyl nuclear plant, and very often stalkers use this way. It's Stas, me, Vanya, and our friend Misha, Michael. All we are simple Ukrainian stalkers. And we very love this. Because around us, wild area, no people, no cars, only many animals. It's we talk about some problems in YouTube channel. In this time I didn't have good YouTube channel. It was simple start of my YouTube life. And we with Misha talk about some problems, and subscribers like to see some how we live in Chernobyl zone, not some objects, and how we live, how we prepare the food, how we sleep. In this time I didn't understand that life of stalkers in the zone can be more interesting than some interesting object in the zone. And it's we talk about this problem, and it's our next rest, because way is very hard. We have very hard packs, and you can imagine it's beautiful forest and totally silence around us. If you have some problem in your life, in the zone, it's not important for you, because Chernobyl zone, it's another planet, another island, maybe. It's like a fairy tale from our childhood, because stalking, I know that stalking means something in us, or some people who follow you, but in Ukraine, no, in countries close to Ukraine, people call stalkers people who discover Chernobyl zone. Why? It's not because game, if you hear about stalker game, it's not about game. It's about film, very old Soviet film, Tarkovsky, Stalker, Tarkovsky. It was film about 1979, and this film about something zone where was something happened, island maybe, and after 7 years after this film happened explosion at Chernobyl plant, and was made like this zone. And that's why people who walking in the zone called stalkers, because Chernobyl zone is contaminated area. And not all people like it, because many people afraid radiation. Of course, in our way, We can find many hot spots, especially we have very dangerous way from Red Forest to Pripyat. We need force it at night. And level of radiation in Red Forest, around Red Forest, always with asphalt. Close to Red Forest, it's only one way to Pripyat. We don't have not dangerous way to Pripyat. We have contaminated way. Now level of radiation is normal. It's rest in aircraft missile Volkhov. In electricity house, it was electricity house before the accident. We can sleep few hours. We travel about 1 day and 1 night to Pripyat without long rest, only a few hours. I'm asked to Misha about cucumbers for lunch. It's simple atmosphere of Chernobyl zone. Volkhov is located in the most wild part of the zone. It's about 15 kilometers from Chernobyl plant. In wild forest, no ways for cars to this place. In the evening, we going to Pripyat. We have about 15 kilometers to abandoned ghost town. In the morning, the next day, we are in Pripyat. It was very hard way at night. Was rain. It was very creepy. And it's our house. Our apartment at 9th floor. This sign on the wall, it's not our sign. I'm sorry for this. It's some bad people made it, and 1 year ago we
Но,
we
походу, нас
destroyed
проходит,
sign on the wall.
потому что
Бессонница, блин, это просто
Stars
аномальная
Pripyat.
бессонница была у всех.
нормальная бессонница,
Breakfast.
наркотических средств. Мы не могли заснуть.
It's we
На
told
подходе
about
уже
that
были.
night was very hard way. We
Да, мой причем
forced
язык.
Red Forest.
Второй.
It was very hard.
Да, мы
We
вчера дошли, реально
don't
уже
talk
начали сходить с ума,
together.
ругаться, ссориться,
We were
молчать.
angry because if you don't have power,
Заниматься просто тупой ходьбой вперед.
Да.
Вниманием всяким, там, душением друг друга, потому что уже нервы.
Я там чуть не сломался ногу, блин, уже в Припяти, но все обошлось. Теперь нужно нам будет через пару
it's
дней
we talk
постараться
about
выбраться. Да,
weather.
Сейчас покушаем.
в
You
красную.
can see what do rain in Pripyat apartments, in Pripyat buildings. It's next apartments in our house. Usually we live in abandoned houses in Pripyat. It's from 5 to 9 floors, but in higher floors, apartments can be that rain inside of houses. It's our balcony, and you can see what we see in the morning from Pripyat balcony. It's I can't explain it. It's absolutely fairy tale. Of course, it's sad because it's history, and in this place happened tragedy. But today it's home for stalkers and for people who want to get peace and silence. It's unreal atmosphere